Hey Seeker, I'm Bronya from Wild Lotus Tarot, and I do believe this is the first time that we are meeting face to face. I've wanted to give this face to camera thing a go for a little while, guys, but I had been putting it off, and the main reason is because I'm really shy. It's kind of out of character for an Aries. I do find myself in these positions where I need to step up and lead at times. However, my moon is in Scorpio and I like to go deep and be really reflective, and that's obviously where my intuitive side comes out as well. So it is an edge for me to do this. The reason why I wanted to do this is because I feel like it's easier for me to create a connection with you guys. I want to get to know you better, and I want you also to understand me when I'm reading better, my mannerisms, and of course my accent. I am from New Zealand, that closest country to Antarctica. There's not that many of us. I have a mixed accent because I've also lived in the UK and now in Australia for long stints of time as well. And yeah, I just really wanted to do it this way. And you know, I always say that the definition of transformation is to find your edge of discomfort and continuously meet it. So Seeker, this is how I am meeting it for you. I'm not saying I'm going to do it like this every time, but let's see if we like the new format. And I'm really enjoying my YouTube studio that I've set up here in my spare room, because until now I've just been operating on my coffee table in the lounge. It's not that comfortable. So here we are, let's give it a go, and really pleased to meet you in person. Hi there Scorpio, welcome back to Wild Lotus Tarot. This is going to be your weekly intuitive reading for November 9th through to the 15th. Scorpio, let's see what's on the cards for you. Getting started here with the Work Your Light Oracle. As you know, this is my favourite for the general overarching messages. So let's grab a card from that. I will be then going to the Moonchild Tarot to draw you an overarching tarot card before getting out the tarot aspects with the Rider-Waite. So, and it's on the ground. I really didn't anticipate, you know, the dropping of the cards with this face to camera thing, Scorpio, but I did do it for Gemini as well, so sorry about that. But I have got Awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being. And you know, it might sound cliche, guys, but there has been mass awakening happening this year. I mean, we are in unprecedented times, what we have been through, and really I do believe that there is a massive consciousness shift that is going on. And you know, eventually it reaches a tipping point and things start to change. Systems and structures, you know, begin to change in our world. But on a personal level, you may be feeling the shifts within yourself. And sometimes when we go through times of awakening, all of a sudden, things in our life may not seem in alignment anymore. We may kind of wake up as a stranger in our house when we go to our job that once fulfilled us. Maybe it now feels like we don't fit in, that it's not satisfying anymore. So generally when we're going through a period of awakening, it is not fluffy and things begin to shift and change in our lives. So you may be experiencing that. I think everybody to a certain extent is experiencing it this year. Let's get your overarching tarot card and see what that tells us. There it goes, Scorpio. It is the Eight of Swords. It's time for liberation, absolutely, here, Scorpio. I mean, the Eight of Swords is that energy of, you know, maybe you thought you were doing life before, and you probably were, but was it from a really conscious place? The Eight of Swords is kind of that mental prison that we create for ourselves, maybe by following the scripts of the past that have been, you know, placed on us by society, our parents, and our own ego. You know, the Eight of Swords is about somebody who has been operating maybe from that place of not full consciousness, and because of that they have become disconnected from their intuitive centers. In the Rider-Waite version of this card, we see somebody who's bound around the third eye, the heart, and the gut area, which are the intuitive centers. And the message is, when we get caught up in the scripts, the stories, the thoughts, the ego, we lose our intuition, right? And what we truly want, what our soul truly wants, is within our intuition, is in our body. So we need to slow down, pause, drop in to access that wisdom. This can be the energy of feeling a little bit like the victim, have to say it. you know, being the martyr of our own life. So it's time to step into your power, step into your intuition. And I think that you're probably having the awakening to that anyway with the cards that I see there, Scorpio. So let's go to the Rider-Waite and get the tarot aspects for you. Beginning here, Scorpio, with the energy of the recent past, energies leaving, completing, transitioning in your life, what you may be journeying for the collective of Scorpio. Temperance. Coming back into balance, being guided forward, maybe after a big completion in your life. Ten of Swords. Let's go for the current or focus energy for my Scorpios. Temperance is the card of Sagittarius, in case you were wondering, from the Major Arcana, number 14. Let's get that. Oh, yes. Capricorn, the Devil, and the current or focus energy. This is a massive liberation and awakening to what has kept you small, limited, bound, stuck. I'm getting out now the near future outcome. I actually saw this when Temperance came out. It's the Star. So you now have the card that follows on from the Tower, the Star, and the card that follows on from Death, Temperance. I think some of you have gone through a really massive change in your life. I have got the High Priestess as the bottom of the deck energy, and that is that reminder that we were talking about. It is time to be guided by your truth, your wisdom and your intuition, not by the ego mind, the scripts, the stories, the overthinking patterns. Let me grab my clarifying deck here, Scorpio, the Star Child Tarot from Danielle Knoll, and I will now be clarifying these energies for you, beginning with clarifying Temperance with the Two of Swords. Big decisions, new paths are opening up for you. Will you step onto them, Scorpio? Clarifying the Devil energy, Capricorn, from the Major Arcana. The Emperor, card of Aries. So many Major Arcana coming out. I've just filmed for Pisces and they had, I think, yeah, 5 from 6 Major Arcana that came out. Things are definitely heating up astrologically with in November as well. I've got the 5 of Cups here, and I have the 3 of Wands here at the bottom of this deck. There's definitely new pathways opening up for you, and could be in quite a different direction. We have a real energy here of ending, you know, ending cycles. I mean, we are in your season, Scorpio, and we have the Temperance that comes after that Death card here. So I think some of you either gone through or are going through quite profound releases here. So in the recent past, I have got the 2 of Swords, 3 of Wands, and the Temperance. Well, let's talk about Temperance first. I mean, as I mentioned, it's the card that follows on from Death, and Death really is, you know, the big cyclic changes, completions, releasing and purging in your life. You know, it is what you're good at, Scorpio. It's your energy, and we're in your season. Have you been making some big releases? I'm feeling like some of you have, through maybe an awakening to your limitations. The Temperance is, you know, it's an angel. It is about being guided forward onto your path now. And it's about getting the right ingredients together for the new journey forward. You know, recalibrating it as a card of rebirth. There's a sense here of, you know, cultivating a greater sense of emotional, physical and mental well-being in order to move forward. It's about now restabilizing, rebalancing and becoming, you know, structurally sound within your heart in order for that path forward to be illuminated. You know, we want to be in the right place to walk the path. So there could have been a, you know, a situation in your life, Scorpio, that kind of it perished, right? That's the Death energy. And it can be that something just had run its course of time. Like I always talk about those cycles with death, you know, when we get to the point where we're in the winter and things start to die down and we have the decision whether to release it or plant new seeds in it. Well, I really feel that you have been releasing, because this here, the 3 of Wands and the 2 of Swords, to me says weighing up your decisions to walk a new path. The 2 of Swords really is that feeling of you know, being guided forward in a new direction, but there's a key decision to be made. And it could be because, you know, we're stepping into the unknown. We don't really know what's there for us, but we're feeling that temperance angel calling us. We're keeping on having those waves of awakening. The Three of Wands is that realization that the past situation we're walking away from is done, is complete, is not offering us what we want, is not in alignment with us, or is not allowing us to get the growth and the expansion that we really desire in our life. So we have a bigger dream. We have a deeper manifestation and a sense of creating the new. This is number 3, 3 Wands. And you can feel, you know, the seeds of the new successes, you know, those ships on the horizon in the rider version of this card. You can kind of feel that success coming in, and you're getting ready to take the inspired action to move forward. That inspired action, I believe, is making a decision to move away from the limiting forces, the devil energy in your life. So, you know, the Two of Swords is about making sure that you're really clear with yourself and making that decision from a place of fact, logic, and intuition rather than from our emotional triggers. Otherwise, we can kind of make that knee-jerk reaction, or we can stay in situations that are done or are not in our best interest. So I see you weighing it up, making a decision. The decision is you know, whether to move on from the situation. Look here, we've got the Devil and the Emperor as the focus energy. So the Devil card of Capricorn says, you know, it's time for you to look in the dark corners of your life. You know, what is in your darkest corners? What is the limitations in your life? Eight of Swords. Is it your own self-limiting beliefs? Is it your own pattern of self-sabotage? Is it allowing energies into your life that just don't serve, don't suit, are toxic? Yes, it can be romantic partnerships, codependent relationships, our own addictions, or those of others, which come in many, many forms. Overspending, too much Netflix, actual, you know, drugs and alcohol, that kind of thing. It's time to release that behavior, because the devil energy is not sustainable over time, and that's why the devil has these, you know, these bat wings here, because it kind of drains our essential life force from us. So the Emperor here is about now consciously being aware of that and making the decisions that you need to shape your reality, to build your empire in a way that is in alignment with your true purpose, and not allowing life to happen to you. That can be the Eight of Swords, you know, that kind of feeling of apathy, of not stepping forward and just allowing things to kind of happen in an unconscious way. That's different from surrender, right? It's time for you to really get your eyes on the prize here with the Emperor energy. The Emperor is somebody who's really taking charge, getting into the control seat of their life, and it's number 4 of the major arcana. So it's about laying a firm, solid foundation for your life. So it's kind of like the rebuild. It says that if you release something from your life, something quite fundamental, home, relationship, location, job, you will be soon rebuilding stronger than ever. Okay, so in the near future outcome, I have got let's talk about the Five of Cups first. I've got the Five of Cups here, and for me, this is that little temptation to look backwards, right? And to kind of grieve about it. The person on the Five of Cups is attached to the past energy, and they are wallowing in it. They are seeing the spilt cups, the opportunities that didn't work out, the fact that the relationship didn't end up being the one, the job didn't take us where we wanted to go, the disappointments. However, when we stay, stuck in the charge of the past, we actually end up unconsciously attracting more of that energy to us. That is the law of the universe. We will be, a vibrational match for what we are consciously or subconsciously attracting, right? Have the awakening, raise that vibration so that you attract and magnetize what you truly want to you. And that's the magician, guys. That's the magician's energy. So the past is the thief of the present. We must step into the present, release the negativity of that situation, surrender to what is. But at a number 5, we have the decision now to bring conscious thought to our situation and make the right decisions for ourselves, so that from here on in, we're heading in the direction that we really want. And it's when you bring in your intuition, your true intuition and divine wisdom, that's when we start moving towards our divine wishes, right? The star, such a beautiful, beautiful energy. It is the card that follows on from the Tower in the Major Arcana. So some of you may have gone through a really big Tower moment, or be about to, by addressing the situation in your life. But the star is a card of hope, of faith, of dreaming a new dream, of your stars aligning in the direction of your purpose. Now, it is about, tipping out those cups of the past and saying that water can soak into the earth. I'm not going to try and get it back in those cups because it's been and gone. But now I am going to consciously, design my reality how I truly want it. The High Priestess can be the revealer of truth and mystery to the person in divine timing. There might be some deeper awakenings that come through for you, or even information about your situation that makes you realize that, yeah, I'm done with that and I'm moving on to the new chapter. You're being guided for sure. You may feel, vulnerable as you are releasing this situation. The person in the star is naked, we feel like we're shedding a skin of identity that has been with us for a while, but we're now ushering in the new. So that is the star. It is a card of healing, of recalibration, and total rebirth, into a new direction. And I can't help but notice that the star is actually, the star, the card of Aquarius, is peeking up here from my other deck, and so is Temperance, and so is the Tower. It's all here, guys. But, the Temperance and the Star are both cards of calm after the storm. And it says, yeah, if you are going to go through a big release, the calming, soothing energies are right behind there to help you through it and to guide you out. One by one, the stars are aligning, you're having deeper senses of awakening. And it's going to bring you, Scorpio, out of this Eight of Swords energy and into the control seat of your life. It's time to be the conscious creator, and we don't do it from this place. We most definitely do it from this place with the Emperor energy. So powerful, powerful energies here for you for the week. I'm not saying it's going to unfold in the space of a week. What this really says is that there is a fundamental milestone or opportunity this week to begin moving in a really, really positive direction. Okay, Scorpio, I am going to leave it there, and I do hope you enjoyed this weekly reading. Keeping in mind it's a general reading for the collective, it's impossible that it would resonate with every Pisces in its entirety. Sometimes there's multiple threads here, sometimes it's your message, and sometimes it just isn't. Feel free to leave me a comment if you're called to share. I do read them all, and I try to respond to as many as I can. Helps me get to know you guys, connect with your energies, and see what you're journeying on the collective. And I will see you, Scorpio, back here next week for another message. Bye for now.